What's good, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome back to Wrestling Revolution 3D on the PC, where I am your reigning, defending, undisputed WWE Champion, and anybody who wants a shot, come get you some. Anyhow, empty on the schedule so I can have a much-deserved day off here. I'll lose some money, that's alright. The Big Show has extended his deal. Alberto El Patron's toughness has improved. Christopher Daniels has hired EY as his new manager. Gedo is now the booker of New Japan, as it should be. Bushi left Ring of Honor to go to Impact. Free agents have a new policy of withholding payments from injured wrestlers. That ain't cool. And the first person to step up to the plate is the Viper, the legend killer, Randy Orton. I'll fight you, Randy. I'll wrestle you, Randy, but I'm not gonna shake your hand, Randy. Anyway, back to WrestleMania, apparently. Welcome to a fine Monday here on the program. Boy, oh boy, was there a lot of wrestling this weekend. I watched most of it. There were some issues with New Japan on the Fight app, and on that stream was just a nightmare, so I haven't watched all that show, unfortunately, but I'd like to. Kinda has not happened yet, if you will. Anyway, though, before we get into all other things that happened over the course of this weekend in the world of wrestling and or sports entertainment, we have some news here to get through on this fine Monday morning. Some not great news, to be honest. Randy, what do you have to say? You've only remained champion this long by ducking me. I just became champion, Randy. It just happened. Everyone knows I'm the biggest threat to that title, but you can't put it off any longer. This is the defining moment of your career. Unfortunately for you, it's also the final moment, and I'm going to prove you're right to fear me, and the three most deadly letters in the English language are K. He went for it immediately. No! Michinoku Driver. Anyhow, some real unfortunate news over the past day or two in terms of women's wrestling. Number one, apparently Kylie Ray is not only done with AEW, she is done with wrestling. For undisclosed reasons. A lot of rumors, it could be some kind of a back injury, but kind of no comment on that whole thing. So no real reason given, and honestly, that's her business, so best of luck to her in whatever she chooses to do next. But also, coming out kind of this morning on that same tip, we have Katie Catanzaro, or however you pronounce her name, is no longer with WWE in the NXT business because of an injury. Apparently some kind of a back injury to her, and that freaked her out, and she is done wrestling again. Real shame, because certainly she could have pulled off that plucky underdog babyface role really well. So it is a shame, and also best of luck to her as a former American Ninja Warrior. Now then, getting into things that happened over the weekend, we had a very brief Enzo and Cass rumor. Everyone's like, oh, Enzo and Cass going to NXT for that debut on the 18th, which was very quickly shot down by WWE and Triple H, saying, no, that didn't happen. Stop starting rumors, you guys. So, that's pretty funny. And again, it's a wrestler saying a thing on both sides. On both sides, you have wrestlers saying things, so I'm not going to believe any of it. But, oh, an RKO to Randy. And he gets up because he knows how to do it. He knows how to counter it very well. It's his own maneuver, so he should know. But yeah, that got shot down real quick, and honestly, I would doubt it. Now, I could see, given the shape that Cass has gotten himself into lately, you could have a big Cass return. I don't see Enzo happening at all. But again, I've been wrong before. It's wrestling. You would have thought that Del Rio would have never come back, but then he did with Zeb Coulter. So, never say never on anybody in wrestling, and my first defense successfully on Randy Orton. So, take that, Viper. Performance Center has challenged SmackDown Live to an interpromotional showdown. Alexander Wolf renewed his deal. Attack Slug booked to face Randy Orton again. He just couldn't accept being defeated that easily. Ring of Honor crowned Cody and Flip Gordon their new tag team champions. Kalisto goes to SmackDown Live. Gran Metalik said Kalisto left the PC. Meeting Don Callis. Of course Don Callis would want to hire your current WWE Champion, but why would I leave, Don? Like, I consider New Japan, Don. Maybe even Raw, going back to Raw. But to Impact? Really? The prestige of being a WWE Champion going to Impact? Sorry, Don. You can keep on barking up that tree. It ain't gonna happen. A WWE Championship submission match with PJ Black. They're setting me up, man. They're setting me up. This seems... Why are there stairs on the ladder? Oh, hey, SmackDown Live again. This game's so weird. This game is so weird. Anyhow, speaking of rumors, there's still kind of a little bit of back and forth on what's going to go on with the announced team for AEW. Will it include Tony Schiavone at any point? I don't know. But that might be the case going forward. We're kind of not sure yet. People had kind of wanted to have him on All Out, and that didn't happen. It was JR, Excalibur, and Golden Boy, which was fine. I mean, JR is still kind of but, you know, it was fine. The werewolf. The Cape Town werewolf. I'm not a normal human being. I'm a werewolf. Fear me as your master. Watch me. I'll teach you some respect. Put some respect on my name, playboy. It's how you win, not how many times you win. Justin Gabriel. That's right. I remember your name from the Nexus. I know. Watch how I beat you right now. So very curious to see how they handle the announcing situation there with them. And honestly, don't have too many play-by-play guys in your three-man booth. That seems weird, but hey, that's just my own opinion on that. Gotta have somebody working color, you know, a little bit at least. Come on now. We need to have at least one heel announcer. I'd like to have one at least. So there is that. Now then, Ric Flair, what are you doing? Ric Flair is trying to trademark the man. And it's like, really, Rick? At this point, at this juncture, you want to trademark the man? Seriously? So yeah, that he has applied for that trademark. It hasn't been granted, thankfully, but he has applied for it. So yeah, good luck with that, Nature Boy. Oh, Canadian Destroyer on PJ Black. And I can't pin him. This is a submission match only. So, got to get him here into a submission. Referee, leave my belt alone, referee. Don't toss out of the ring. What are you doing? Anyhow, in some news from this morning, some actual, like, you know, happening news that happened right before I recorded this. There is some breaking Finn Balor news. He cut his hair. Like, real short. Like, this short. And again, he's out for 2 months. So hair grows back. But everyone's freaking out. Like, oh my god, he cut his hair. It's fine. Relax. Relax. He's on vacation. Let the man cut his hair. Like, if it stays that short when he returns, then sure. That's something else for 2K20 to be out of date. I get it. Because you can't actually adjust the hair of the guys in WWE games because of their, you know, rules and such. I get that. But he has 2 months. It'll grow back. It's hair. Come on. It's not like he's balding that much. So, I think it'll be fine. It's not necessarily a Baron Corbin situation, I don't think. Standing switch. Catch as catch can here. Anyhow, let's get into the weekend of wrestling that I watched, and there was a lot of it. Tap, PJ Black, tap. You tap or you snap. Submission maneuver. Anyhow, so I watched only a few matches from Royal Quest because they had some serious streaming issues with the Fight app. It was terrible. So I will say I watched like the first like 3 matches or 4 matches, and then I gave up and decided to watch NXT UK instead. I will say, man, Moxley got Shota over. That crowd chanting for Shooter was fantastic. And I heard that Kenta got a concussion during the match with Ishii. I still haven't watched it yet, so I've seen some clips. It didn't look good. Like, that match should have been stopped. Enough. Like, seriously. Have some protocol for that kind of stuff. Seriously. Anyhow. NXT UK. That tag team match was fan-freaking-tastic. The match with Cesaro. Fantastic. Loved it. The main event, I thought, for my tastes, went on a little bit too long. Like, it was really good between Bate and Walter. It was good. But, man, at a certain point, and this is the same issue I have with NXT in the US with Gargano, is that his matches just go on a little bit too long. There are a little bit too many false finishes, and I'm just, that's, for my own preference, I would prefer it to be not quite that long. I have no problem if you're having, like, say, an Iron Man match. That's fine. But some of those matches just go on for just... At a certain point, the crowd is exhausted, and it's time to wrap things up, you guys. Seriously. There! You tap! Attack Slug still He won't let go, folks. He won't let go. Still, you're WWE Champion. You were gonna make me look like what, PJ? Like what? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Y'all talk a big game, but then you all fall down. AJ Styles lost some weight. Eric Young renewed his deal. Salute. Jimmy Uso renewed his deal. Rey Mysterio and Big E are friends. Alright? Bray Wyatt has hired Shelton Benjamin as his new manager. Hiromu went to Impact. But why? Kurt Angle and Baron freaking Corbin want me on Raw. Everybody wants me as the WWE Champion now that I've proven that I have that value, that name value. They all want a piece of the slug. I see how it is, Kurt. I'm pretty sure, wow, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. But I don't have creative. So, sure, a nice advance, a nice salary, a lot of money, but unless you give me what I want, Batista style, give me what I want. Nope, nope, he don't want it. He don't want to give me creative. So, on that note, Kurt, I said good day. I don't want your favors, Baron Corbin. I'm good. Paige, hell. And you see, Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin, the reason that I want creative is because this keeps happening to me again and again and again. And the conspiracy continues. A 5-way for the WWE title. And how will Attack Slug overcome the odds this time? Who are the other... Oh, Jesus Christ. This is not fair. It is a C-O-N conspiracy. Also, no entrances? What the hell? Yes, there is some kind of conspiracy in this company to get this belt off of me. But I ain't one to back down from a challenge. No siree. Let's do it. Randy and Luke Harper and PJ and Sheamus. So, Harper, Randy, PJ, Sheamus with on the outside Eric. Wait, what? Disqualified. I had the belt on still. So, did I lose the title there? Am I not champion now? Like, seriously? That's how I lost it? I forgot I was wearing the belt in the opening of the thing, and now I got DQ'd, and now somebody else is going to be WWE Champion? That hardly seems fair. So, I guess let's see who ends up being champion, which is some kind of garbage in the first place. And discuss AEW's All Out from Saturday evening. That was their biggest show of the month. So, alright. Opening contest, opening battle royal to see who's gonna face off for the first ever AEW women's match on your opening show on TNT. And I want to say this. The internet was in an uproar because Nyla Rose won that match. Now, the only problem that anybody as a wrestling fan should have with Nyla Rose is she's still kind of green. She's not that good at the wrestling part of the job. If you have any other problem with her otherwise, then you're a scumbag. But honestly, as a wrestling fan, if you're good at wrestling and you're good at promos, whatever, I don't care. The problem is, Nyla Rose is kind of green and kind of unsafe, in my opinion, from that match in particular. There were plenty of other women in that match who were way better than she is at the wrestling part, which is the only part you should care about. So yes, she goes on to fight Riho, and that's fine, but again, you have other better competitors that could be in that spot. Like, having Nyla win is fine, but the fact that you're going into that main event spot for that title, and she's not that good at the wrestling part, that's the part where I'm like, nah, son. Anyhow, I will give props on the buy-in being a more serious affair. That's kind of been my issue with the previous pre-shows, is that they did all the comedy, goofy stuff in those, and it kind of was not the same tone as your main show. And having a tone that is consistent to me is important when you're presenting a serious wrestling product, as they have purported to want to do. So again, we'll see on that. Now then, speaking of serious wrestling though, Pac and Omega was great. And I say Pac, and commentary said Pac, and I'm like, wait, what? Was everyone else wrong the whole time? Now Jim Ross was saying Pac most of the time, but otherwise Excalibur and Golden Boy were saying Pac, and I'm like, that's not how it's pronounced. I'm pretty sure that's not how it's pronounced. RKO out of nowhere. On to Luke Harper. Good God. Good God. Who will be your new WWE Champion as I got screwed? There is a conspiracy. It happened again. And since when is there a DQ in a 5-way match? Seriously. Much like in a 3-way, there shouldn't be any kind of a DQ. There's no rules. What's happening here? But speaking of no rules, the Cracker Barrel Clash was, man oh man, there were some sickening things in that match. And that brings me to a different point I have as far as AEW goes and the commentary. Jim Ross should not be on every single match on your main card commentary, because it's very clear some matches he just does not care about. And your hardcore matches are certainly on that list. Anything with the Joshis, Jim Ross, he's not going to learn the names, and he's just not a good fit for those matches. Like having Jim Ross on like Cody and having him on Jericho, that's fine. He works best on those. But on the hardcore stuff, on the stuff with the Joshis, he's just not that good on those. He can't keep up. It's not great. So perhaps get a kind of a commentary swap there for those matches would be nice. Give the man a break. He's old. You know, there is that. Anyhow, speaking of Cody, Shawn Spears, that match was pretty good. Now then, I have issues. Number one, why the big fancy Star Trek entrance was like, alright, sure, you're doing the whole Triple H thing. I get it. That's fine. Right? But, Cody, you should not have had your dog when there's pyro. Like, don't bring your dog into the ring and, oh, it got mistimed. What's supposed to happen? Like, you have rehearsals for a reason, and also have your dog in your backstage stuff. That's fine. Have your dog on your YouTube show. That's fine. Don't bring live animals into a arena with that many people. Like, even with the horse later on. Like, just don't do it. Seriously. There are other things you could be doing. You don't need to have animals who get freaked out at giant crowds. It's not cool. Or at least, as soon as you see that the dog freaked out, bring it back to the back. Don't drag it to the ring for your entrance. Like, what are you doing? Seriously. That's not cool. Anyhow, you had MJF at ringside, and I do enjoy this slow burn that eventually MJF will turn on Cody, and that'll be great. So all this, they keep putting over Cody, yeah, because eventually MJF turns. That's where the money is. So looking forward to that happening. They keep teasing it. It's going to be great. And speaking of great, we had AA Arn Anderson came out, spine on the pine to Shawn Spears, and Blanchard was like, wait, what's happening? So that's how you removed Tully from that match. Was hilarious. But also, speaking of old guys, Earl Hebner, wrap it up, man. Earl Hebner as referee here was kind of terrible. Like, just sitting there watching Shawn Spears whip Cody with Tully's belt and doing nothing. No admonishing, no grabbing the belt, nothing. Like, wrap it up, Earl. Seriously. There is certainly nostalgia for having a Hebner in there, but no. Wrap it up, man. Seriously. Anyhow, your tag team ladder match was, again, a incredible spot fest. There were some amazing things happening in that. Just humans going, it was a giant car crash. It was nuts. And I enjoyed it. 1 minute remained. Perhaps I'll retain by virtue of nobody wins. Please. Nobody wins. Fingers crossed. Your boy. Nobody wins. So, that match was great. And then you're surprised at the end. Here comes LAX. So, LAX to AEW confirmed. But does that mean that LAX will be Jericho's mystery partners for that show on TNT? We don't know yet. Could it be somebody else? We don't know yet. That was your mystery unveiling. And it's always good for your big shows to have some kind of a, thing that happens that is unexpected. 10 seconds remain. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, nobody wins! Attack Slug remains your WWE Champion. Haha. Luke Gallows renewed his deal. Harper has benefited by defense throwing. I mean, sure, they're gonna bludgeon you. Killian Dane renewed his deal. Kane left SmackDown to go to New Japan. That's crazy. And tomorrow, nothing on the schedule. Now then, your main event was Jericho and Paige. And again, Paige on the horse was a cool visual, but seriously, leave the animals out of there. Come on. And Jericho, your first ever AEW World Champion, and doing his usual champion shtick. The match was fine for what it was, and I'm curious to see how things run into their next bit of business on TV in October. Anyhow, I'm Attack Slug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day. I'll see you then. And I'm out.